Welcome to another episode of Your Next Move. This is the program when you're selling your home and you're trying to figure out, do I go from point A to point B to point C? Well, this is hopefully will be your next move. And pretty much we're doing this remotely and we're taking this on the road. So I'm your special guest. Well, my special guest, I'm not the special guest. He's the special guest. Sorry, I'm a little tongue tied. I'm going to let him introduce himself. Special guest, please introduce yourself.
Thank you, Evans. I'm Robert Cohen. I'm with Caldwell Banker, and I sell property in Lexington, Massachusetts. And I like to say that I don't sell property. I help people find their homes because 9 out of 10 clients that come to Lexington are going to be buying in Lexington. I know that. I just have to find them the right home. And it's all about making that connection happen and make them feel comfortable and find what works for them. Zero pressure. I work with clients sometimes as little as 2 showings when they buy a property. I've worked with clients for 2 years before they find a property. I'm in it for the long game, and I've carved out a niche for myself in Lexington, Massachusetts, which is a wonderful suburb 10 miles northwest of Boston with some of the best public schools in the country. And that's what our selling point is.
Well, I don't even know where to start with you. You mentioned a lot of things. Are people coming out there to live forever, or are they thinking renting? Or are they thinking of spending some money here basically and then using the rest of the money to go travel? Give us an idea.
So the reason why people, again, come to Lexington is because schools are world renowned. It is proximity to Boston, 10, 11 miles from northwest of Boston. The cultural diversity in Lexington is phenomenal. We have over 100 different nationalities in Lexington, and the languages that are spoken, the cultural, the different restaurants, it's incredible. It's not very much of a rental market in Lexington. It's an expensive community. So people that buy here tend to be, quite well-to-do individuals and are buying an experience. The school district, the proximity to Boston, we have a huge number of parks and recreation opportunities, a very cultural, diverse shopping district. And we're 20 minutes away from Logan International Airport, which makes it a very, very easy access point. So people buy here typically are relocating for a job reason or chasing the school district. So I have clients that really come from all over the world. I've sold people homes in Lexington from 40 different countries. We get a lot of people from the West Coast that because of the tech community here in the Boston area that come from the West Coast. I actually have a lot of people that live here in Lexington and work in your state. They take the shuttle to Manhattan every day to go to Wall Street, the shuttle home every single night. That's not the way I want to live, but it attracts a very, very highly educated, very highly professional group of people that want to call Lexington home.
All right. Well, you mentioned that the going from your area to my area. What's a commute like that like?
So you can get the shuttle from Logan to JFK or LaGuardia, I don't know which one. It's 45 minutes. So, clients that move here from California that are used to being on the 405 for hours and stay within their same community. I've got clients that literally fly from Lexington to New York every day and come home every day, and their commute is less.
All right. Well, it wouldn't be me if I didn't ask the question because basically you're on the outskirts of Boston, so I have to ask a specific question. I'm going to spell it out and you're going to pronounce it for me. CAR.
You're talking about an automobile.
Yes, I want you to say it.
Car.
It's a what?
It is a car.
Car?
A little bit of hold on the car. It's not a 3-letter word. It's a CARRR.
Car. And the place that you play, you go watch the squirrels play and the kids go out to play baseball. What's that place called?
You want me to say that one too?
Yes.
That's called a park. That is a park. I don't stress the R on that one. But
if you guys are from the area, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Sometimes you take your car and your pie.
You're not asking me to talk about how many times I go to Harvard Yard?
You said it, I did. So I figure we get there eventually. But anyway, so the Boston area, let's talk about food. We're going to talk about real estate. Let's talk about food because my favorite subject is real estate and food.
Thank you.
What kind of food can we expect if we're out there?
I am not joking. Literally any type of ethnic food you can think of, you can buy here. We have several Indian restaurants. We have Thai. We have obviously Chinese. We have Argentinian. We've got Moroccan. We've got Mediterranean. I can run through the UN of we have a lot of places that specialize in Middle Eastern type foods, French, you name it. It truly, there is an option here for you. Some of the restaurants obviously quite small. and you'd have to make a reservation because they're niche players. But something we don't have in Lexington, we do not have any chains. There are no chain restaurants.
Really?
The zoning doesn't allow it. So what you will see here are all very unique, one-off type of restaurants because the zoning does not allow chains.
That is interesting. I never even thought about that. All right, so I'm putting your favorite spot. That we're putting the imaginary gun towards your head. You can only pick one place. Where are you going for food?
For food? For food, I love Mario's, which is right in downtown Lexington. It's an Italian place. It's a little hole in the wall. It's been there for over 50 years. It's very good Italian fresh food. Nothing has changed in that restaurant in over 50 years, with the exception of the prices. And they put the menu up a couple years ago on their opening day versus what they are now. And you can get a full meal with appetizer and entree and drink for under $5 50 years ago.
Okay, I thought you were going to say that now. I'm like, wait, what?
That same meal is now going to cost you, over $30, which is still quite reasonable.
Okay.
But you're looking back at those. I think a Coke cost 15 cents. Now they charge $4.
Within reason, I guess. All right, so we're talking about food. You mentioned opening day, so we can't talk about opening day without talking about sports. So let's go. Let's go. I'm a Yankee fan, so let's go. Let's get it out of the way.
So I'm a Red Sox fan, and I'm also a Boston Celtic fan. Are you a Knicks fan or a Nets fan?
Suffering Knicks fan, yes.
And we have two Celtic players that live in Lexington and live in beautiful homes. And unfortunately, since one got traded, that house is for sale. Another one got a mega contract, so he's moving to the next town over and buying an even more expensive place.
All right.
I'll out them. It's Derek White and Luke Cornett.
Allegedly. I don't want to get sued. Allegedly. All right. What about college level sports?
I'm not much into college sports. I just don't have the time to follow a team. And the college that I went to was a Division II team, so we weren't known for our sports. My son went to Clarkson University, which is in upstate New York, which is is that a D1 hockey team, I think. So he talks about hockey all the time, but I'm really not into college sports. I follow the Celtics, I follow the Red Sox, and I just spend an awful lot of time working, as you do.
Okay. All right. So we talked about sports, activities outside of sports, after work activities, things for families to do. What do we got?
So I'm very involved in volunteer activities on a lot of things in Lexington. We have town meeting form of government in Lexington, which dates back to the Revolutionary days. So I'm an elected town meeting member in Lexington. I've been an elected town meeting member for 37 years. I serve on the board of directors of a retirement community in Lexington. It's called a CCRC, a continuing care retirement community. So I serve on that board of directors. Very involved in scouting. I used to be the scoutmaster for the local Cub Pack. And my passion when I have time is my garden. I'm really into gardening. I love flowers. And I think you've probably seen some of the things I posted online. That's my passion. It's my therapy. So there's nothing I find actually more satisfying, and people think I'm crazy, than spending a half hour in my garden and actually weeding, because weeding is instant gratification. You have 10, 12 square feet of stuff. You're weeding it, and instantly it goes from overgrown mess to pristine beauty. And I love that.
All right. So I'm guessing for whoever's watching this, they want to move out somewhere and they want to get out of the big city and they want to move to Lexington. You can obviously point them in the right direction housing wise, and also give lessons basically how to garden and whatnot. So what's something that other people who are moving out to Lexington, what are they doing besides gardening? Are they doing the gardening only thing, or basically just going around? What else?
So Lexington, again, attracts a very educated buyer. So we have, think just about the highest, I know in nominal terms, we have the absolute highest, but maybe in absolute terms as well, percentage of residents that come here with master's degree levels or above. So we have a very, very involved populace. Something on the order of 4,000 people in Lexington are on some type of volunteer town social civic committee. And that's amazing, because you look in the United States of America and the apathy is incredible, and people don't know who their representative is, or they don't know who to call if they got a problem with anything in town government until there's a problem and then they complain. They don't get involved. Lexington is incredibly involved. We have a very, very vibrant school committee and PTA. We are just starting the process of building a new high school, and literally hundreds of residents have volunteered in terms of their advice, in terms of visioning meetings. expertise. A little plug here, it is going to be the nicest, most expensive high school ever built in the United States of America. And that's a fact.
I got nothing to say on that one. I'm just going to leave that one.
My tax bill is going to go up as a result of that.
All right. Well, we are talking about real estate, so we should probably get the elephant out the room. Let's talk about real estate. What kind of real estate can we expect out there?
So Lexington is a completely built out, mature suburb. We're 16 square miles, again, 10, 11 miles away from Boston. Population is 1,000. So the only way you get new housing in Lexington, because it's an old community, Lexington goes back to the Revolution. So the only way you get new housing is when many times a builder buys a little post-World War II Cape or ranch and tears it down and builds a new house. So there's no new land. So the median age of all the housing units in Lexington is around 75 years old. So it's an older community. I can sell you homes that are from the 1800s, from the 1700s. We actually have a couple of them in the 1600s. But if typical buyers are looking for relatively more modern things built within the last 30 or 40 years, and if they want 4 bedrooms, 5 bedrooms, 3-4 baths, 2-car garage on a nice, quiet side street, half-acre lot, it's a bit pricey. That scenario I just described is probably a $3 million house. If you want that house new construction, which there's a fair amount of new construction happening in Lexington because, again, these teardowns, then those numbers approach $4 million and up, and I've got several listings in that range.
Okay. We talked about pretty much a plethora of things. Is there anything about Lexington that people don't know about that we didn't discuss that they really need to know about?
I'll give you two little. I'm full of facts and knowledge. Lexington has been home to more Nobel Prize winners than any other individual town on the planet. There is also, in the United States of America, only 8 places where you can fly the American flag 24/7, 365 days a year. Many people just leave them up, but if you follow proper etiquette and protocol of the American flag, it's supposed to come down at dusk. It's not supposed to be up in inclement weather, and it's supposed to be down, on holidays. The Lexington Battle Green, which is where it all started, 250 years ago in the United States, is one of only 8 spots through a congressional exemption is allowed to fly the American flag 24/7, 365. It never comes down in blizzards, in tornadoes, and it's got a spotlight on it. And it's very cool, that fact that when I tell people that, I did not know that. And the other 7 are obviously national places that you would recognize, the Capitol, the White House, the Library of Congress, Arlington National Cemetery, Independence Hall in Philadelphia. So we're on par with those things.
Okay. You said 2 things. So that was one or that was both of them?
So that was, the American flag was the number 1, and 17 Nobel Prize winners have called Lexington home at one point or another.
So
there's actually another, I don't know if I want to mention this one, but another little ridiculous little fact. You know how people are always trying to make a quick buck in a multi-level marketing scheme or something like that? What is that called?
Pyramid scheme?
No, it's called a Ponzi scheme. You've heard that term, a Ponzi scheme?
Yes.
Well,
that's the home of the Ponzi scheme?
115 years ago, Ponzi lived in Lexington and made all his money, and he bought a house in Lexington for his family. He paid $100,000 for this house in the 19 teens. Imagine what $100,000 was worth in the 19 teens.
I can't even imagine what it would be worth right now.
So that house has now sold, obviously, many, many times and over the years. And every time a real estate agent gets it and markets it, they mention it, and this is the home of Mr. Ponzi, because you got to get that elephant out of the room. But it's a beautiful house.
Yep, you have to get that out there. All right, we talked about quite a few things. Anything else, basically another tidbit that you want to share why this is the place that has to be that person's next move?
Because most people that in this general area chase schools, and Lexington public schools are amongst the best in the country. Our high school is internationally renowned. Literally, people from all over the world move here for our schools. And in the high school, there are over 100 nationalities at our high school. So it is amazing. My kids who've now graduated, the graduated class of 16, class of 19, they've got friends that have connections literally all over the world. And when they're talking about this particular friend, my own ignorance, because I don't know these language, I don't know if they're telling me the name of a boy or a girl, but it rolls off the tip of their tongue. And I think that is just beautiful that my kids were exposed to such cultural diversity. Unfortunately, the one thing we don't have in Lexington, we've got amazing cultural diversity. The one thing we don't have, unfortunately, is economic diversity. Lexington is a very affluent community, and the numbers I just told you about. The average listed house on the market is $3 million. So
Okay.
it attracts an affluent buyer, but it attracts an affluent buyer who's down to earth and is not flashy and is not, flaunting their wealth. The next town over that one of the Celtic players is moving to, which is the most expensive town in Massachusetts. They're all fabulously wealthy there, and they want you to know they're fabulously wealthy.
Okay.
Lexington has a ton of fabulously wealthy people here that are driving a Prius and live in a modest little cape, and you wouldn't know that they're worth $500 million.
No, you know what? We want to attract everybody. So whether you're on that side or the other side, it doesn't really matter.
Exactly.
We want to let you know that basically there is a place for you to go to, and we know what your next move is, and we can help you with that.
Absolutely. And Lexington attracts entry level buyers, up end buyers. You don't have to buy a $3 million home. Move it to Lexington. You can buy a nice condominium for 600, 700,000, or start a little home, for in that similar range. But most people, today's buyers, want a little bit newer, a little bit more luxuries, a little bit more functionality. I grew up, I don't know about you, Vince, but I grew up in a house. There were 6 of us, my parents and 4 kids. We had 1 shower. That's it. And we made it work. I don't understand why today many people are moving here with 1, 2, or 3 kids, and they all have to have their own bathroom. I don't get that.
You know why I'm laughing? Because kind of grew up similar. It was me and my brother. Eventually, my sister moved in with us, and then we had cousins that came in. They would stay for the week because we all went to the same schools. So pretty much our cousins would stay over. We had 1 shower, 1 in the basement, 1 upstairs. You had your either or. Now basically everybody's in separate rooms doing whatever. Exactly what you're saying. So pretty much we grew up differently.
Yep. The nicest listing I've got right now, and I actually showed it this morning, is a single family home that has 10 bathrooms.
My mother's voice is in my head as we're talking about this, and like my mother, I can hear her screaming right now. Who's gonna clean all this?
Well, if you can afford that, you have live-in help.
Yes, but my mother, basically knowing her, even if she had that money, I'm not gonna have them clean. I want to clean it myself. I can picture my mother and my grandmother with the Haitian accent and everything. Who's gonna clean this? And of course, if we're living in that house we're visiting, all the kids, grandkids, everybody's cleaning. We're
My
all
mother would
taking.
say my mother would say the same thing. And whenever I would sell one of these really expensive homes, my mother would say, "Who did you sell that to? Do you sell that to a doctor or a lawyer or something?" I said, "Oh, Ma, doctors and lawyers can't afford those houses.
Wow,
Hedge fund managers, it's CEOs of tech companies, it's
people with big bucks. But guess what? We cater to everybody. We help
paid
everybody.
everybody."
Whatever you're looking for, whether you're looking for $1 million home, $3 million home, or you're looking for something, let's say 300,000 basically or less, basically we can help you with that. We just want to help you find
So
your next move, whatever your next move is. We want to be party of that to help you facilitate.
I tell my clients when they say, well, when they look me up and they see my profile and they say, well, you probably don't want to work with us. And I say, I give everybody the same level of service. I treat people the way I want to be treated, and I want to be treated quite well. I don't care if they're buying a $600,000 condo or a $6 million colonial. They're getting the same level of service and commitment from me. Always available, always professional, and always going to treat them the way I want to be treated.
Well, that being said, this is the perfect way to segue. How can they reach you if they want to be treated to basically your planning in the background? Maybe you're getting them some vegetables, fresh cut vegetables later on after they purchase something from you. How can they reach you?
So they can reach me. My direct telephone number, and this thing is always with me, and I'm sure yours is always with you, 907331. You can find me online at any real estate website. You go into either homes.com or Zillow or Redfin, I don't care which one it is, find an agent in Lexington, and I am popped in #1 on their algorithm. Not because I pay them a penny. I'm just ranked #1 on their algorithm. So Zillow, which is the #1 platform on the planet, and I don't want to make any plugs for Zillow. They want to find me, just go into Zillow, find an agent in Lexington, Mass, and that's it. And I'll pop into their first position. That way you don't have to remember any websites. You don't have to remember email addresses. That's how easy you can find me.
Well, even though your name is on this, basically spell out your name so basically they get it right.
Yes, it's Robert, Robert. Last name is Cohen, Cohen.
I did forget to want to ask one question earlier. All right, is it just you, or do you have a team? Are they working directly with you? Any language is spoken?
So they work directly with me. I have a team of support around me so that if I need anything, it's there. I can say hello in about 10 different languages. If you want to go a little bit more than that, then I have one of my assistants. I have people that speak Mandarin. I have people that speak Spanish. I have people that speak Hebrew, French, German. I can help people in any category. And obviously, since I have an awful lot of listings, they're all different price points. I've had 25 listings this year in Lexington, and I can help you at the entire spectrum.
All right. I don't think I have any other questions besides what are you guys waiting for? Give us a call. Whether you're selling your home here in Queens, Brooklyn, Long Island, downstate New York, and you need to sell your home here, whether it's a condo, a co-op, a 1 to 4 family home, mixed use property, you need to sell that, take that money, basically you decide you want to go to Lexington and give Robert a call. Give me a call. You can reach me at 917-975-55. I'm from Brooklyn, and sometimes I do talk too fast. This is me talking slow, by the way. 917-975-5985. You can find me on pretty much most of the social media, TikTok, Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, pretty much all the popular ones. And you can find me at Evans Sells Homes. Let me spell that out. That's EVANTZ Sells Homes. This will all also be on our website. We're taking this on the road, so I'm glad you guys took the trip with us. And now that you know what your next move is, your next thing that you have to do is pick up that call. We're going to take your call, pick up that phone, and make that call, and we can have that conversation. And we'll see you on the road. Thank you for finding out what your next move is now. Pick up that phone and let's talk.
Thank you.
Thanks for watching.
Thank you for this opportunity. Again, Lexington's my specialty. All the towns that are around here, if they can't deal with Lexington, I can help them in any towns around north of Boston.
Awesome. See you guys later. Boston.
Take care, Evans.